Brenda J. Lilly here from Creative Consultations. I just wanted to put out a small disclaimer before we launch into today's video that says I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm just here to engage, to encourage, and hopefully empower other artists to go out and live their art dream. So here we go. Enjoy the video. Well, good Monday morning, everybody. It is time for another Monday morning kickstart with me, Brenda J. Lilly. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with everyone you know so that we can all keep becoming who we were created to be. All right, on with the video. I will see you on the flip side. Well, good Monday morning, everybody. I have a big old cup of coffee. I'm ready to rock and roll, and I hope you are too. All right. So, when was the last time you did something completely frivolous, silly, something that didn't have any other purpose than to make you happy? When was the last time you did something like that? It's so funny because I I've I have I don't know that I've ever asked myself that question. I really don't. And all of a sudden, as I was working through this sabbatical, as I was walking through this transition in my life, everything became about order and putting things together and lists and to-dos and getting things to done, that when something came up that didn't have a purpose, I really had to think about, do I have time for this? Do I need to do this? No, I don't. It's frivolous. It's stupid. Whatever it was, right? But when you ask yourself, when was the last time you did something silly, frivolous, that lacked no purpose other than to make you happy? You start to realize I'm I've become a list of things to do. And that's not healthy either. I think we think doing something frivolous, being silly, doing something that lacks no purpose other than making me happy is purpose free. So therefore, we shouldn't do it. It's a waste of time, right? We need to be on about what we're supposed to be on about. Look, I even talk about becoming who we were created to be. But part of who we are created to be has to make us happy, has to fill us with joy. And sometimes we have to stop the to-do lists and do something that seems frivolous. Do something that seems silly or is silly, that lacks every other purpose other than to bring us a little slice of happy. So many of us just rush through life working so that we can get to whatever we think the end goal is. But we don't take a moment to think, how am I doing with all of this? What does my spirit need today? I need a little more happy in my life. I'm not talking about anything in particular because we're all different. And what is silly and frivolous and point free or purpose free, not point free, but purpose free to me might be your purpose on the earth. I don't know. I don't know. And that's glorious. So when I ask myself, when was the last time I did something silly, frivolous, something that lacked any other purpose than to make me happy, I have to say, it was a while ago. It was a while ago. And that made me stop and say, okay, I need to do something silly, frivolous. I want to do something that just makes me happy. Today is that day, folks. I don't even know what it is yet. I need to finish my cup of coffee first to figure out what it is that I'm going to do that's going to be considered silly or frivolous. And only its only purpose is to make me happy, to give me a little slice of the happy pie as we begin this week. I think it's important, and I think it's something that I'm going to start implementing in my own life, at least weekly. And it doesn't mean I lose a whole day to it. It doesn't mean even necessarily that I lose a whole hour to it. I could, and that should be okay. So often in this life, we are told that we have to keep going, that we have to serve our purpose, that we have to go, 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 do, be, come, right? And there's even a part of this journey that I'm on with you who are listening that owns that, right? Because we were created for a purpose, and it's important to serve our purpose, to discover our purpose and then go forth in that purpose and serve the world, bringing the light, the love into the dark spaces and places so that this world and the people in it can be served by our art, by the work of our hands, whatever it is we do. To become who we were created to be is important. I find it imperative. But I think a part of that journey is also taking a moment to smell the roses, taking a moment to do something that just its only purpose is to make me happy, just for a little while. Because as I've talked before in other videos, I've talked about breathing, right? I think these moments give us an opportunity to step out of our racing track and take a breath, to look around and appreciate what it is we're in the midst of, appreciate who it is we were created to be, and just breathe. You know, during this month, these last couple months that I've been home so far, the weather has shifted. So we're now into spring here, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I have been taking moments to just sit on the porch and watch traffic go by, say hello to neighbors as they walk by, walk my dog, say hello to people on our walks. But when I sit on the porch, I also just listen to the birds. And we have a lot of bunnies this year on our property. Seriously, a lot, a lot. Um, and squirrels, and just watching them scamper and play and stop and pretend we can't see them because they've frozen. Um, it's just fabulous watching nature, listening to nature. And the only purpose that serves for me, really, is to make me happy, to help me to stop and breathe. When we do these silly, frivolous things, I think we're engaging in an activity that's recreating us. So we recreate, we're taking recreation time, right? Which is recreating us. Remember when you were a kid? Well, if you're an American, when you were a kid, there was a day schedule in your schools, and every single day we would have, depending on the year you were in, you would have one or two recesses, right? To go out and play, to go out and blow off some steam. Kids need that. They can't sit still the way adults seem to be able to sit still and just nose to the grindstone work. That is a learned skill. Deep within our soul is that inner child screaming to go out for recess. And I think that is what these moments that are frivolous, silly, only serve to make us happy are in our adult life. They're like adult recess moments. And so today I want to encourage us. I don't want to belabor this point. I just want to encourage us to go out and do something silly that just fills you with a little bit of happiness today. Breathe, enjoy, whatever that thing is. It has nothing to do with work. It has nothing to do with making sure you're staying on target and on task. It has nothing to do with that. And it might even disrupt your schedule a little bit because you hadn't planned in frivolous happy moments. Maybe you need to. Just taking a moment. What is that thing that only serves to make you happy? I encourage us this week to find time to do that because it will be something that helps you continue to become who you were created to be. You can't become that person without a little slice of happy pie. So be blessed, have a wonderful week, and go out and find something frivolous and purpose free that only serves to make you happy. Something silly. Engage in those things and report back to us and tell us how it went. I can't wait to hear all of the stories. All right. Have a great week. Be blessed. See you next Monday. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe. What are you waiting for? All right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.